Groovy.
What up, motherfucker?
I feel blurry. What's going on?
Fucking
I'm
how
always
much?
blurry.
I'll give you all a heads up, man. Sorry for the voice, man. My fucking throat's been killing me all week. I got a fucking flu shot, man, and that shit. Last year I got one and I didn't feel sick or anything, and this year, man, it gave me a real bad sore throat, and
I feel you.
just
I feel you.
yeah, I know Scarpad feels it. He got a similar situation, but 10
I've been
million times
juggling
worse.
acid.
Yeah, but I can't believe, man, and the horror fest right here, man. Well, at least on DHS, but you know, it never really ends because we're doing this shit all year long.
I
But
watched Brain Dead. Did I watch the wrong movie?
dude, when you watched it, because we watched the Blu-ray copy, did the opening say Dead Alive and Brain Dead?
No,
'Cause
mine
I
just
swear
said Dead
mine-
Alive.
That's what I swear mine said too. But
I got mine
the
from my buddy
Blu-rays.
at Big Mix Video. Everybody, go holler. Check him out on IG.
Yeah, this is a region-free overseas Blu-ray. It's got Spanish writing
That
on.
might be why.
It's El Señor de los Arquelos. Tu madre se acomodó a mi perro, whatever that means. Brain Dead, Dead Alive. It had both titles.
Yeah, it had Brain Dead up top, and then
And the back
fucking
printing is all in
Dead or
Spanish.
Dead Alive up top and Brain Dead below it.
Yeah, I think it was like the North American release. I think was renamed Dead Alive because
Dead
Brain
Alive.
Dead with Bill Paxton and Bill Pullman
Right.
had just come out.
And I think there's another movie too that's called there's another horror
Brain Dead's
movie
a
called
popular
Brain Dead.
title.
And then there's Brain Scan with Eddie Furlow. So I think it was a lot better for them to switch it to Dead Alive. I do like Brain Dead for this, but I think Dead Alive in the States works a lot better because I think around the 80s, there was a lot of Brain Dead, Brain Scan, all those types of movies. But yeah, dude, fucking before we fully dive into it, let me see if there's any horror news this week. But big news, man. Robbie saw Terrifier 3 and he actually liked it.
Yeah, I really liked it actually. So.
He's fine. It took Terrifier to get like a $3 million. It took Terrifier to get a $3 million budget and cut it 10 minutes from the second one for Robbie to finally jump on the bandwagon.
I do think it's still too long, but they actually finally started like developing the story, right? Instead of just setting stuff up, they actually started paying stuff off, which I loved from the first movie and the second movie. It was a little bit shorter, but it still had a little bit of runtime issues for me. But the number one thing, Terrifier 3, for me at least, had a sense of fun about it that I really, really enjoyed, that I thought was a little bit not so present.
It's a
in
little bit
part
more
one and
tongue in
I love
cheek.
that. I love that. I love that bar scene. That bar scene was so good with
Oh, with Clint
Clint
Howard,
Howard.
man. Yeah.
yeah.
This
Yeah,
one
no,
definitely had a lot more
it's-
cameo appearances.
Well, if you think too, Nightmare on we mentioned like Nightmare on Elm Street before the stream. Dream Warriors, that's when he started to get a little tongue in cheeky too. You know what I mean? So it
Yeah.
just seems to be the way, man. If these horror icons once
But
they
I
get
was
to that
telling
third
I was
movie,
telling Dylan and Scarpad y'all behind the scenes before we started, like now I feel like I want to go get Terrifier 1 and 2 on Blu-ray to get 3 when it comes out now, because I feel like it's something that has earned its place 3 movies in, and the third movie I thought was better than 1 and 2. That means that it's worth being, that franchise is now worthy of being in my collection.
oh yeah, I
Right,
mean,
right
dude, just
next
the way that
to
movie
Surf
shot.
Ninjas.
Yeah, or you
Yeah.
know, or Puppet Master or some shit like that.
No, man, I absolutely love the way those movies are shot. Like the cinematography, it's just got that gorgeous '80s grindhouse feel, man, and I just
Yeah.
love it, man.
I still have to say, if I was going to say right now, not seeing a fourth movie, which one was my favorite, I'd still say the first one was my favorite because it does have that grindhouse, grunge,
Yeah,
low budget.
I would say mine's probably
But like,
2, 1, and 3. I still like 2 the best, but I gotta rewatch. I want to rewatch 1, 2, and 3 all together. But 1 is a little bit more simple because he's not a fucking demon or whatever he is. Like he's just a serial killer.
well, he is at
And
the
that,
end.
and then
Becomes a
well,
demon at the end of the movie.
I guess,
Terrifier
but
3 finally explains all of it. And it
Yeah,
finally
that's like the
explains like
last 2
all the
seconds.
weird shit in part 2. Like it explains more, sets up other stuff, but it does still drag a little bit. But Damien's gonna get there. You just wait. When he's done with
Oh,
Terrifier
yeah.
4, he's gonna do a really like exceptional fucking gnarly movie. I
Well, it
guarantee.
doesn't really explain why at the end of 2,
This
when he gets
man-
his head
this
cut
man-
off.
This man goes from Damien needs to fucking get somebody to write a script. He's like, he's gonna write it in crap. He's a fucking fan now, man.
He's learning, man.
a
He's learning. I
fan.
see the
I think
progression.
he's an okay writer. He just needs an editor. He's what he needs still.
He does still need an editor for sure.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Terrifier 3 would be really great with a good editor.
He did bring on somebody to help him with the practical effects, which I think that's a big reason that helped him be able
So
to
that's
maybe
not
focus.
all on him.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
incredible.
Terrifier 3 though. I thought it was really good. I'd give it like a
Yeah.
4 out of 5.
The guys who made Terrifier 2 with him just put out a movie called Stream, and Damien did the practical effects, and Art the Clown.
Yeah,
the guy
David's
who
in it
plays
too.
him.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was an okay movie. It wasn't.
Yeah.
and that's set up
Good-
to be
good
a
effects.
was okay
franchise,
effects.
from what I hear. My dude who runs the video store,
Oh,
I get all my
streamers?
gnarly
Yeah.
stuff from. He's a big Terrifier fan. He actually knows David Howard Thornton because he's from my town, David Howard Thornton, right? The guy who plays Art the Clown. That's his name, right? David Howard Thornton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always want to say Henry David Thoreau, but that's a completely different person. He like Stream. He told me that Stream is like already set up to be like a franchise or something. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, that's what it.
Maybe.
that's what it
Yeah, it
seems
might.
landing. I guess it depends how it does, but yeah, it was. I mean, Jeffrey Combs was in it. Wasn't bad, but
No, it was okay.
Terrifier is way better. It's got good effects, really good effects. But it was enjoyable.
I thought the
I would
part
say-
that David
I think-
Howard Thornton played in Stream was basically Art the Clown without the makeup.
he did the same thing in
Right.
The Grinch. He was the Grinch in the Mean One. He plays like that horror.
That's right. Yeah, that was a
He
terrible
was
movie.
basically he didn't talk in that either. He seems a little one note in my opinion. I guess
right now he's given those one note things, but I'll tell you what, here in Huntsville, he's a theater legend. Like he has
Is he?
way more capability.
Yeah. Well, I also think, I mean, for not talking in his facial expressions, he's really good. I mean,
Oh, for sure.
to sell that character, he has to be good.
But he like, I hope he doesn't wind up in a Doug Jones type situation, right? Where you're there because you can act that
What
way.
do you mean
but
on
not
bad Star
necessarily-
Trek?
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Or
Like
like
until
Kane
that,
Hodder.
right? But like you get what I'm saying. Like being that one night thing. Like I would love to see him actually get a role where he can really do something different or do some or really
He always
elaborate on
talks
what he's
about
already doing.
he talks that being the Joker is his dream role, and
I
I
don't
guess he
think-
played the Joker in like
Yeah.
a short, like a fan film.
That would
And he
be a
looked pretty
great
good in
move
it.
for James
He
Gunn right
gave
now.
me-
Think about that.
He gave
I don't
me,
think that's a problem for him though, because
gave
no
me,
one
like,
knows him
Adam
outside the
West.
makeup. So
He
I don't
gave
think
me
he's not going to get
Adam
typecast.
Who's the guy who played Joker in the Adam West Batman? George
Caesar Romero.
Caesar Romero.
Caesar Romero. Yeah, when if I thought I sent you the video, Scarpad. Him in the makeup, he gave me like old school 66 Joker vibes.
I think that would be a cool thing to see him like tackle the Joker, and I think that'd be a good move from like James Gunn and Peter Safran to like pull some of the fandom off of Terrifier into the DCU. I don't know. Could be cool.
Yeah, it could be. Be cool to give him a shot. What up, Jigs? But yeah, I mean, I'd
Hey,
be
Jigs,
down
how's it
for it.
going?
It looks like not much news, really. Scarpad and me saw Smile 2, though, since that's a new horror movie that came out.
Oh, I missed that one because I was on Jim Mintz's show on Friday, and he wanted we decided we wanted to talk about Venom 3, so I saw Venom 3 instead of fucking
Yeah.
Smile 2.
That's
It was pretty
bad.
it was pretty good. It wasn't as good as the first Smile. Venom 3 really blew chunks, man.
yeah,
That fucking
Venom
movie
3
blew.
sucked.
Like what fucking audience was that movie for?
Fans
They
of the
totally-
previous two
they-
Venom movies.
I guess they
They
literally
totally-
spent 20 minutes riding around in a van singing. It was
way-
horrible.
It's way worse, and they wasted Null in it.
Oh
That
yeah,
was the only thing that made me want to see it was the Null stuff because I love Donny Cates' Venom run. But Smile 2, I really enjoyed it. I still think the first one.
I enjoyed it. The first one is better.
I know I liked it more than you did, but yeah, I really liked Smile 2. I thought
Smile 2 had a length problem too. I think it
thought
should have been
it
20
was-
minutes shorter.
I thought the way that movie was filmed though was fantastic. I mean, the director really showed some of his strengths and the way he shot that movie. I thought it was really good, man. Yeah, I really enjoyed that one.
Just wasn't scary enough, I don't think.
Yeah, I think he was trying to be a little more artsy with it, honestly, with the whole singer and everything, you know. You could tell he was really trying to be a little more,
The first one was way scarier.
definitely. But I think like common horror fans would be scared shitless, would still be creeped out.
Yeah,
Not as obviously that shit doesn't fuck with us whatsoever, so it's not even the first one. First one is very creepy, but the first one
I
it's
know. I
not
think
like it scares us.
I think all these people. I mean, you really have to have a really good horror movie and a really good story to have a 2-hour plus horror
Yeah.
movie.
I thought
Like
it was really
Terrifier
good, though.
2. Exactly. They could have cut.
Exactly.
They could have cut 15 minutes out of that easily. And Smile, they could have cut
Oh, wow.
15 minutes out of it easily.
Why?
It just
Why
would
do
tighten
that?
it up, and it would have made it better. It really lagged in the middle. And the musical stuff was given way too much screen time.
Smile 2. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess they announced it. That Prey sequel, The Predator, is the next one's going to be called Badlands, and they're saying it's only the beginning. 2 new Predator movies are releasing next year.
They
And
also
they
announced
keep-
they're working on a sequel to Alien Romulus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And they're talking about the director Dan Trachtenberg and the director of Alien Romulus, Fede Alvarez, want to come together and do like an Alien versus Predator where Trachtenberg does the Predator stuff and Fede does the
We
Alien
should just
stuff.
stop that idea right now. Let's just make like 4 good Alien and then 4 good
Well,
Predator
I'm sure.
movies.
I'm
Right.
sure it's not going to happen anytime soon. It's just something the director wants.
Next thing you
to
know,
do.
they'll be like, we're gonna do Aliens versus Predator versus Planet of the Apes. That's the next. That's
Shit, I
you,
wish
you
James
don't
Gunn,
think that
I
they're
wish
gonna do
James
that?
Gunn would do Batman versus Predator. I'd rather see that.
Yeah, but I'm super excited for that, for the Badlands to come out. That'll be awesome.
And don't sleep
And
on Hulu's Carved. We both saw that. It
I
was
was
pretty
just
decent.
gonna mention that. Yeah, that came out on Hulu.
That was on Hulu. Yeah.
That was really good, man. DJ Qualls. What's the fucking one guy? The corn guy that had the funny accent.
Chris Elliott,
Chris Elliott
Cabin
was
Boy.
in it.
From
There,
fucking what was the name of his sitcom?
I
Get
Life.
a Life. Get a Life, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love that
Chris
show.
Elliott is so fucking funny, man. That was so much better than it should have been.
Yeah, I didn't think it was gonna be as good as it
Oh,
was.
Yeah, I thought
The
it was
effects were
gonna be
real
like
good
that.
too.
Yeah, no, it was really fun.
Another
Yeah.
bit of horror news, Dylan. Scarefest just had their biggest Scarefest ever. 50,000 people, I've heard, on Saturday alone showed up. It was a
Holy shit.
madhouse, but it was still a great show. And
Right.
I'll be doing my report on it Wednesday before the Blood Splatter Chatter show. So I'll be sharing all my experiences. So
I want to
super
go
fun.
to something like that so bad, man.
It's so cool eating tacos right next to Don Coscarelli 2 nights in a row. That's something. There's something cool about that.
What, like when you're getting drinks?
Like eating out, like eating dinner. Like me and Don kept picking the same restaurants. It's really fun. It's a
Did
cool.
you talk to him? Like, so you went out to get drinks after and get food?
But not
You
with
saw
him.
him?
But he was next.
No,
he was
I
at
get
the next
that. Like, he
table.
was
Yeah.
next.
But we
Did you say
chatted
anything
with
to
him.
him?
Yes. Lots of cool stories.
Once you get a few drinks in you, I'm sure you have no problem walking up to him.
Well,
You're
the
like,
first night
"Hey,
we were just
man."
flabbergasted.
Oh,
And
come
then
on, Robbie. We
Yeah.
all saw that karaoke video. We know what was going on there.
Don, come on, man. Come do karaoke with me.
Well, I don't know a good spot. Well, they do a thing at Scarefest called Scarioke, but it's so
Or what?
overpacked and none of the real celebrities are there. But
Oh, that was.
they're all
that
out
was
at the
back
restaurants
home, the
eating tacos and
karaoke.
pizza.
Right.
Had a
Oh,
great
man,
time though.
You know,
Got lots of
you know
great
how
stories to
tired
talk about
they
meeting.
probably
I
are
met
after
Adam
that shit?
Green. I met William Ragsdale. I met Felissa Rose again, who I've met so many times that she remembers me now, and that's super cool. I met
Rod,
Nick
what up, brother?
Castle, like super cool stuff,
Wow.
man. Yeah, really great
Yeah, out of all those names, I'm only jealous of one. Adam Green, man. I want to meet him so bad.
time.
Adam,
He's
motherfucker.
super
I do.
cool, man.
I do have a Kane Hodder signed Funko though behind me that I fucking cherish, man. But I didn't meet him to get that signed. One of my buddies got it signed and sent the pictures. Like, so I have official pictures of him signing it. But yeah, I've never met anybody famous ever. Like, I went to one Comic-Con and there was like nobody there it was like, I think it was on a Sunday. So like there was nobody really good that day only one I remember was the black lady from Star Trek. But I didn't actually meet
Michelle
her.
Nichols?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
I don't
Nichelle
know.
Nichols.
Oh, okay, yeah. But
Unless it's newer Star Trek, unless the old one's
no,
Nichelle Nichols.
OG.
Yeah, it's Nichelle
OG.
Nichols.
What did she get down to Scarefest, man? I mean, I met Tom Holland. Super cool.
Yeah,
Super fun.
nice.
Right? Not Spider-Man, everybody, but the director of Child's Play.
Yeah, I was gonna go to Horror Hound, but I think Adam Green went to the one in Cincinnati or something, or he went to the one, and then the one that was closer to me, he didn't go to. And Eli Roth was supposed to go to the one that was farther. Eli Roth, Adam Green, all these awesome guys, and I didn't get
met
to go
both
to that
of them.
one. Yeah.
I met both of them, Dylan.
Well, good for you, motherfucker. Good for
well,
you.
you got to make it out to Scarefest next year, dude. It's worth
Man.
it. It always is worth it, man.
I bet it's just a far drive for me. What is it, like an hour drive for you?
And it's like a 4-hour drive for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it's like a middle point between me and you, actually.
Really?
Yeah. Meet me halfway, dude, like the Black Eyed Peas song. Come on, meet me halfway. We'll go to Scarefest. That sounds fun.
You got to pay for like a hotel and everything, though, don't you? It's
Yeah.
probably expensive.
Yeah, the
around
hotel's
that
expensive, but the more people you get involved, the less expensive it is.
Right. Well, you have to let me know next time. I'll see about it.
All right, I'll let you know right
Something
now.
like that,
Scarefest next October. Get ready.
How much did you spend?
Me personally,
Mm-hmm.
about 500.
That's it?
Yeah. But
For the
my homie I
hotel and
went with,
everything?
paid for the hotel. I just paid for the
Oh, you
gas and driving us
lucky
up
as
there.
fuck.
And
Oh,
he bought most of my food because he's my good homie, right? But like I didn't have much money this year. But the first year I went where I got to like really do it, I spent like $1,000.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
need to get a
expensive. And our
good. I need
hotel
to
is
get a good
connected
homie.
to the convention center. So that's expensive too.
I need to get a good homie that'll pay for everything for me, and I definitely can pull 500.
Well, you got like a whole DHS army of homies that can work out for the next year. Let's start working on building up funds for Dylan to go to Scarefest with Rock and Ryan.
Dude,
Come on, y'all.
I still got like $70 in my account that I'll probably
Y'all
never
telling
get
me
to
y'all
touch
don't want to see me and
because I
Dylan
can't
at
hit it.
Scarefest together?
That would be sick.
Come
That'd
on,
be sick.
y'all. Start sending the support now. Actually, don't send the support now. Hold on to support and send it more towards the time.
No, dude. Well, they could send it now because I can't touch the money. I have literally $70 in that account that I can't touch because until you get to 100,
Oh,
you
for the
can't touch
YouTube?
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, 70 though?
But
Dude, you're getting close, man.
well, that was like from Perry and Scarpad. Those are the only two people I've ever gotten super chats from.
Come
from
on,
Perry
y'all.
and
We need to start
Scarpad.
getting super chats for DHS. Start
And,
supporting them on Patreon. Start sending them direct
Well, I go
money.
to bed.
We're building up the Scarefest DHS fund
Why,
for
you go to bed?
2025. Yeah.
I'm going to bed.
Perry sent me like $20 when Scarpad showed his tits the one day. You remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Could you forget?
That's really for a motherfucker. They
Yeah,
want to see that
no,
blue.
that's why I always say if you send a super chat, it's better to just send it PayPal because YouTube won't even let you touch it unless you get to 100.
And they take 30% or whatever. So
Yeah, but I have 70 after because they've already taken the 30%.
yeah, do you think they got to wait on theirs?
Right? Hell no, fucking assholes. There's also a couple movies that came out on Shudder. Azrael, which has the girl from Ready or Not in it, and that looks good. Oddity, which Scarpad and me watched, and that's really good. What's the one? I think it's called Mads. Two Gun told me to watch. He said that's really good. Let me see, and that just came out on Shudder. Yeah, it's called Mads, Mads. And then Joe Bob just did a double feature Friday, which I didn't get to watch live, sadly, but it is available to watch on Shudder now.
Didn't he do Satan's Little Helper?
Satan's Little Helper, which I fucking love.
You tell me that I covered that before Joe Bob Briggs did? That's awesome.
Isn't that crazy? And then he did Late Night of the Devil. That was his double feature. So that I can't wait to watch both of those. So yeah, that's not much horror news, honestly, man. But there is that Frank Grillo Werewolves movie coming out too soon, and the Wolfman. They got 2 werewolf movies coming out in January, February. The Frank Grillo one, and then the Blumhouse one. Have you seen the trailer for the Blumhouse one? That's supposed to be like it's in the world of that Invisible Man. It's done by Lee Winnell.
I saw it.
What do you think?
We'll just have to wait and see.
Have you seen anything about the look of the Wolfman?
Oh yeah. So we just need to wait and see.
Yeah,
It's gonna blow.
Well, you didn't like Invisible Man, so
No, the blown.
I liked Invisible Man.
Me too,
This Wolfman movie, we'll fucking see.
Maybe if it's actually about the Wolfman, I'll be happy with it.
The story looks good. It's only the makeup that I'm really concerned with, and the look.
I don't think that's the full look either. I mean, that's a snippet, right, from the trailer, right? So
there could be like 2 wolves too. That might only be like the one.
I think that's a part of a transformation. So
maybe,
or I hope.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be different.
I met David Naughton last week, by the way. Everybody, it's super cool. Super cool.
That could be like one of like the early stages. Oh wow, that's awesome.
Well, I did just recently watch. I think you said you did too. The 4K they put out of the Benicio del Toro Wolfman.
Mm-hmm.
I like that now better than I think I did when it came out. I was kind of iffy on that. I still don't like the relationship and Anthony Hopkins in it,
Yes.
but I still think it's a pretty good. It's a pretty good retelling of the Universal one that is different enough, but still kind of honors the original one.
And Rick Baker's effects are amazing. I agree
Yeah.
with you though. The one
Mhm.
thing I don't like
They
is the
cut out
twist
way
at the
too.
end.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
like the fact. I don't
I
like the
hate that.
relationship. The
I've
father's
always
relationship
loved it.
with the son was
Because
much better in the
what's
first
one
one.
of the cores of the original Wolfman movie is that
The
father-son
father-son
relationship, right?
Right,
it's
and him
the
and the father
complete
killing him at the
opposite.
end, with the cane.
It's the fucking Anthony Hopkins is the worst fucking dad ever. He basically turned
Yeah.
his son into a werewolf on
Right.
purpose to set him up to be
Yeah.
the killer.
Yeah.
You
Still
know,
don't like that
But I
part. But
love the
but
look of the Wolfman in
yeah,
that movie. I loved it.
dude. You know Rick Baker. You know, like the transformation in front of all the doctors and all that in front of
it
the
was a great
college or
scene.
whatever. That was supposed to be all practical, made a little CGI, and Rick Baker had it all the effects brought out, and they basically turned it all CGI, and they cut all of his effects. I wish I could have saw what he had done. I mean, how are you going to cut the man's turning scene?
Well,
Who
the
did
director's
the
cut made it a
best
little
ones
bit better,
ever?
but
Yeah, but still, he had. If you go and watch the behind the scenes, Rick Baker
Mm.
says he even says like I had something so much better planned. Um, but I've always loved the film. I have problems with it, like you said, with the father son stuff, but I've always loved that movie. It's not the original, but I've always loved it. I think Benicio was a great guy to put in the shoes of
yeah, he was
Lon
different
Chaney.
enough that
But he has
kind of
that he has that
has a
similar
kind of look,
vibe to
yeah,
him
the
too.
vibe to him,
He
yeah.
has like those soft eyes in this
Those
where it's
sad
like,
eyes, right?
yeah, like Lon Chaney had those really sad eyes, man. You really felt for him. And just a likable guy. So I always loved the original one, man. Because you really feel bad for the dude. But yeah, I'm curious to see what we'll get with this new Wolf, man. But so yeah, let's get into Dead Alive, man. I figured, man, no better way to end Horror Fest than with this movie, man. Um, which Evan, man, I hope you fucking watch this movie, dude. You should have been in Discord if not watching this shit. 'Cause if not, you missed one hell of a movie, dude. Um, this movie's right up there with the only movie I could compare this to really is like Evil Dead. You know what I mean? This is kind of like a New Zealand, Australian take on Evil Dead, but honestly, I would I I would probably take this over Evil Dead 1 and maybe even 2. I
No,
wouldn't say Army
no,
of
not going
Darkness.
that far.
I
Not going
might.
that
I
far.
might. Did I say you? I
Yeah,
said me, booger. I said me.
don't think you should go that far.
Well, I'll say what the fuck I want, man. It's my show and it's my opinion. I love Evil Dead, man. You know I got him on right here. Come on. But I don't know, man. I just fucking have so much fun with this movie, dude. I don't know, man. It might be stretching a little far, but I don't know, man. Something about it, man. It's just so fucking
Well, I
funny.
said a good double feature would be Rabid Grannies with this. I don't know if you've ever seen
Yeah,
Rabid
yeah,
Grannies.
yeah.
Very similar.
Well, you gotta at least admit they're pretty close. This and Evil Dead. You could say Evil Dead's better, but they are very close. You know what I mean?
Well, it depends what you mean. The first Evil Dead is dead serious. This is more like the
Right. Well, that's
Evil
why.
Dead 2, I would say.
Yeah, for
Well,
sure.
this is definitely Peter Jackson homaging 3 of his favorite filmmakers, which were Raimi, Romero, and Gordon.
Right.
Like there's elements of all 3 of their styles in this film.
Oh yeah. I don't know, man. I just think it's just batshit crazy, man. And these are like just like Gordon movies, like Raimi movies. All those movies are so batshit crazy, and I just fucking love it, man. Um, every time I watch, because I don't watch this all the time, so it's like every time I watch it, I'm just like, oh my god, dude, this movie is so fucking fun. Um, but yeah, I'd have to watch Evil Dead 2 to see like but I almost would say I think I like this better than Evil Dead 2. I don't like it better, but when I say that, y'all know I like Army of Darkness better than 2 and 1. But I wouldn't say I like this better than Army of Darkness. So that's just my opinion. Like I'm sure Scarpad, your favorite is probably Evil Dead 1 or 2. Mine's Army of Darkness. You know, everybody has their favorite in that trilogy. But yeah, I fucking love this, man. I think the cast is great. Scarpad, I never heard Scarpad when they're doing the scene at the dinner and the mom's bandage starts squirting out the white pus into the custard.
That's because I was eating ice cream. I feel like I'm gonna yak
I think-
right now anyway. So
Scarpad's like,
Doesn't help.
I think I'm gonna have to bail out of this one. I can't do it. He's like, I'm eating vanilla ice cream right now. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm like, Jesus, you picked vanilla ice cream to eat during this movie?
Now
I
that's
wouldn't.
good custard. Thick and creamy, the way I like it.
Oh my
with
God.
an ear in it.
And what a terrible wife, man. Fucking sees the fucking juice go into her husband's custard, and she's just like, she doesn't say nothing.
Bro, she been
Wow.
trying to get that motherfucker out of that dinner. He's the one that wanted to
What?
say,
No
no
dessert.
pudding.
Oh, I haven't had a good custard in ages. She won't make it for me.
Yeah, I think he's the asshole in that situation, man. She tried.
Oh my God. Yeah, she did. While the mother's eating her own ear. Oh man. Yeah, the ear part's fucking crazy, dude. Yeah, dude. I love the opening of this too though, with which I forgot that Scarphead, you had said the island that they find the monkey from is the
Skull Island.
Yeah.
Skull Island.
Maybe I forget. Maybe last time I watched it, I don't know. I don't remember them saying it's Skull Island. Maybe on the.
Well, it said it on
Did
the.
it say that on your DVD?
Yeah, it
Is
said it on the
there a
label.
Brain Dead reference or a Dead Alive reference in his King Kong movie? I wonder.
No,
Is
but
there a rat monkey in there somewhere?
There might.
you can tell
I
that
wouldn't
Peter
doubt it.
Jackson was thinking about doing King Kong when he had this movie in mind. Still, so.
Probably. Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy that the guy that brought us Lord of the Rings and King Kong like did this movie. Like if you go back and look at it, but I mean Lord of the Rings has gorgeous practical effects. So it's like, I mean, I just think about that and I'm like, the guy that brought us Bad Taste, Dead Alive, and Meet the Feebles did fucking the Lord of the Rings trilogy, one of my favorite fucking like trilogies of all time, and King Kong, and just, I mean, it's crazy how far the man came, dude. I mean, he's just a brilliant filmmaker, and I just have loved this movie since the day I saw it, man. I remember renting this as a kid, man. All I remember is just seeing this VHS, and I did not know what the fuck I was getting myself into when I watched this as a kid, and I was just jaw on the floor the whole time, dude. Like, so I remember it starting off, and I was like, "Oh man, this is gonna be a stupid movie," because it just starts off so like, like all bright and that goofy like cheesy music in the opening, and then you got it just gets right into it. Like, well, that's after the Skull Island opening, and then once it goes to like the kid and going around the town and all that shit, but just one of the fucking, like it says, man, one of the goriest fright films of all time, man. I love it, man. The uncle, you got the asshole uncle, you got the little fucking mutated baby. I love that scene when the girl's head goes through like the light bulb or whatever the fuck it is, and just the whole time, like all this shit's going on, and all you see in the background is her just lit up like like. There's just so
That was a
much
great
going
effect.
on. I don't know how he did. To this day, I don't know how he did so much of this shit. Like, there's so much going on, and I'm just like,
When the
it looks
guy's
so
half head
fucking good.
is being kicked around the bloody floor,
Yes.
back and forth,
Dude,
back and
that
forth.
looks like a real guy, and I'm like, is his face like through? Even when they put him in like the blender, there's so many scenes
I
where it
still did the
looks
scene
like
where
a
they ripped the
real
guy's
guy.
face right off. I mean, he's still got the scene afterwards. That was a great scene.
Yeah, you get the priest fucking the nurse,
Yeah,
and then
that gives us the
lipstick
baby,
stuff.
right?
Baby, right?
And what's crazy is like the effects look so good, and one of the reasons why some of that stuff, like the guy's head getting kicked around and shit like that, why that looks so good is because some of it is so obviously bad, but still works.
Mhm.
Like when they do the baby, and in some scenes you can tell it's just a tiny person in a suit running around,
Right.
but they use it very sparingly, those kind of shots, and it all freaking works. Even the rat monkey stop motion, right?
Yeah.
Animation going on there, like freaking
When
amazing.
when the guy gets ripped out of the Dumb Raider and his skeleton legs are connected and they're moving around.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Help
that's
me.
the Romero
Help me.
Savini influence on the film, right? You know,
Mhm.
Peter Jackson, his first passion was to be a special effects guy, right?
Oh,
And
really?
he intentionally didn't go to film school because he wanted no one to tell him how to make movies. And like Tarantino had that same philosophy, like watching movies and making movies is your film school. You know, like that's how you learn, not by learning like what somebody says, this is how you make a movie, by going out there and making movies and studying movies, right? And you could tell that special effects were a big deal with him with his first movies, Bad Taste, Meet the Feebles, and then this one,
Mhm.
right? And then he goes
Yeah.
off, he wants to do something more serious with Heavenly Creatures, then he does another horror comedy with Frighteners, and then Lord of the Rings, man. Like it's
Man, I love
insane.
Frighteners.
The people responsible for Evil Dead and fucking Dead Alive wound up making Spider-Man and Lord of the Rings. That's the world we live in, and we should be
Isn't
so
that
fucking
insane,
lucky.
dude?
Just wait till
Seriously.
Damien Leone gets to do the Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah, right. Dude. I mean, what if he got to do the fucking Joker movie and David Howard Thornton was in it? Dude, they need to put out a 4K, and I hope they do a bunch. Like, I want to hear a fucking commentary from Peter Jackson. I want fucking interview. I mean, I want the whole 9 yards. Maybe that's why it's taking so
I
long.
don't know if he even
I
does
pray.
commentaries, does he?
I
Yeah.
don't care, but he needs to for
I know
this.
for sure he did 12 hours of commentary for Lord of the Rings.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't. I've never listened to a commentary for that, but nice.
He's
Because
got commentaries on Lord of the Rings and King Kong, I'm certain,
there's
right? And probably the
there's
Hobbit
nothing.
films too.
There's nothing for this. You know what I mean?
There's
Is
well,
there
at
any?
the time you get, this movie didn't make a lot of money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like it wasn't. This is a
It was
cult
a
film,
three.
right?
It was a $3 million budget, though. Surprisingly.
A lot of that money came apparently from the New Zealand Film Commission. And
Oh, okay.
I'm
This
not talking
movie,
shit about New Zealand. I just think there's less competition there.
this movie got popular because it was on HBO all the fucking time.
Was it?
All the time. So
See, I didn't watch this movie until it was the late 90s, early 2000s. So I'm in my late teens or early 20s. And my homie James brought me over. He's like, "Have you ever seen Dead Alive?" And I was like, "No, what's that?" And he's like, "Oh, dude, you got to watch it." But it was early enough. It was early enough that I knew that when Lord of the Rings was coming out, that this was this guy. So I guess it was late 90s or something, right? But like
Right.
it blew my fucking world apart, this movie. Like I loved already at this time Reanimator, Evil
Right.
Dead, right? And Dawn of the Dead and Day of the Dead, right? And I could pick that up like immediately. Like that's
Oh,
what I
yeah.
picked up. And apparently that's what he said in interviews was those are the three filmmakers he's really going. You got so with Evil Dead, right? Like my favorite of the trilogy, right, is the first one, The Evil Dead, right? That movie's
Right.
not slapstick like Evil Dead 2. It's not slapstick like this one,
Right.
right? I think the slapstick level and I think the comedy in this one is, even though it does have a little bit of slapstick in there, it's a little bit more Monty Python, right? If that makes sense.
it's British humor.
Yeah, right. So
Yeah.
that kind of makes sense with it being New Zealand and all that kind of stuff, right? But like Evil Dead, the way it was shot, with the way that the camera can be anywhere at any angle, that's prevalent in this movie. The gore effects of the Romero films are prevalent in here, like the same like flesh stretches when he's mowing down people literally with a lawnmower at the end of the film,
Yeah.
and all those cuts look juicy and nasty and
Right.
real, and the
So
movie is
good, man.
juicy, nasty, real, gross, right? And it never takes itself seriously, but it's also got a really serious kind of like message to it. So The Evil Dead is more serious than this film, right? And then gore from Romero and Savini and then the Stuart Gordon influence of the fact that anything can happen at any fucking time. And let's be wild with it. And I would also say this, there's some Return of the Living Dead in this motherfucker too, right? There's this like balls to the wall, fun, silly nature to it while being a splatterfest and a gross out. It's one of the grossest films I've ever seen, but it's one of the best films I've ever seen. I loved it then. I love it now. I think this movie is amazing, and I hate that it's been over 10 years since I watched this movie last. This needs to be out there in print at all times, and it needs to be on steady rotation in most horror fans community, especially if you love gore, silly, stupid.
Dude, this is a must-have in your fucking.
Yeah, I mean, they did try to bring it in a little bit at the end and get serious with the mother killing the father and his girlfriend and stuff.
Well, they're doing that throughout the movie, man. Even the symbolism is there because he literally has to go back into her womb and rebirth himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all there, but it's just so stupid, but it's intentionally stupid.
Yeah,
man.
I would say that the main difference I feel between this and something like Evil Dead is like Evil Dead 1 and parts and most of Evil Dead 2. There's some legitimately scary things in that movie. This movie's, as much as I love it, and I love the effects, it's not scary. It's not. Because the humor makes it not scary. But I still love it. But I just don't think it's on par with a scary movie, with a Evil Dead 1.
That silliness is one of the reasons why it only got banned in like 3 or 4 countries.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, honestly, though, it was that silliness that allowed it to be produced. Yeah. And even in the UK in 1992, they thought about giving this a 15 rating instead of an 18, but then went with the 18. But even they were considering a 15. And we're talking about just a few years removed from the video nasties craze. So, yeah. But the silliness really does help sell this movie.
Oh,
you think Evil Dead's scary though?
The first
the first Evil Dead is scary. Yeah, I do.
And I think parts of, if not parts of number 2,
it's hard for me.
If not scary, just it builds an atmosphere and it has kind of like some sense of dread before they start injecting the humor in. But yeah, Evil Dead 1, I think so.
This Evil Dead has more of a serious film to me. I know that a lot of people now consider all the Evil Dead movies silly and campy, but in 1981,
the first one wasn't.
People ain't seen that shit yet. You know what I'm saying?
No.
The Evil Dead and me have a lot in common because you didn't see anything like it until 1981. Because I was born in 1981.
Sure.
All right. Joke fell
flat. I didn't even catch it. But Scarphead. So
I was saying I was like the Evil Dead of humans born in 1981, but never mind.
What a bummer, man. Looks like these 4Ks of the Lord of the Rings that I got, they don't have any special features on them or commentaries.
What? You don't have the big gold set?
I got this.
Oh, bro, that sucks. You got to get that big gold Blu-ray set, dude. It's the extended cuts with dude.
Yeah, there's a bigger set.
You got the DVDs, right? That look like books, don't you?
I
had all those. I got rid of them. I should have kept them.
I have all of them.
I still kept mine because those are the ones that look like books.
The ones that I think I only had the third one that in the book version, and that was a DVD. It wasn't.
Yeah, Blu-ray. I have DVDs of those, man, and I still keep them because those are some of the best DVDs they've ever made.
Yeah. No, these just have the movies on them, but they do have the theatrical and extended cut.
They don't have like 4K. Hours and hours of fucking footage, like extra special features.
There's nothing from what
I got my Blu-ray set is basically those DVD book sets. So I think that's what we call them now, right? The book sets, right?
Yeah.
The extended cuts, you know. But my Blu-ray has all of that shit. It's the big gold one. It looks like a big gold.
I'm glad. I should still have them on DVD, but I don't. I think the book set that I had is probably my mom's or something.
Why don't, when they make new versions of movies, carry over all the special features? They don't, and they've been doing this from DVD into Blu-ray, man. And this is some bullshit.
It's all rights and stuff.
It's all bullshit.
But it's the same company putting out the fucking.
It's still all rights. They probably don't want to pay for a lot of them.
When Scream Factory, when Scream Factory was really coming up, that was what we loved them for. It was they would do new special features and have all the old ones as well. They'd have the Anchor Bay special features. They would have the blah 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 special features. Like super cool. Anyway,
dude, there's some.
We really need a definitive Dead Alive,
Do
Brain
you
Dead.
have all? Do you have all three of the books?
Yeah.
Yeah, on Amazon, it's like 160 to buy the whole set, and that's a DVD. It says it's a 12 DVD box set.
Yeah.
I believe I only had the third one. I don't think I ever had the first and second. Because I think I found the third one at like Blockbuster or something, like super cheap. But I still have them on DVD. So, but yeah, I could probably find these somewhere, I bet. I'm glad I never sold my DVDs though, because the DVDs should have at least the commentaries on them, or some type of something on them. Scarphead though, we gotta fucking watch Bad Taste. But Scarphead, I guess you fucking stepped out, motherfucker.
Real quick, I just went to grab these.
Damn, and yours are clean, man. My
These are the
return
ones I've
issue
had
is
from
probably
day
fucked up.
one, man. These are like some of the most beautiful packaged DVDs of all time. And then
Dude,
all of this
my
on
God, those
Blu-ray,
look so good on a shelf because
all of them on Blu-ray is here.
books. That's what I had. But
So
I
now
think
look at
mine
that
were- I think
together.
I
Now
had a
that's a great
DVD
set,
set.
dude.
Yeah, it is. I don't remember if I think I had the DVD version of that. The one with the ring on the front. Damn, those books look so good.
Yeah, I had all those book ones too. I got rid of them. I should have kept them.
I've never gotten
Damn.
rid of these.
Yeah,
man.
you should have
These are
you
just
should have sent
like
them to me, man. Did you sell that was when you sold all your DVDs.
Long gone before I knew you.
I was gonna say it's probably when you sold all your DVDs.
Probably. You can still find those.
Yeah, I'm sure. Oh yeah, I could
yeah.
get
If
all
you got
three
like
of
a
them.
used media store near you, just go. You'll find them.
This one dude has all three for 15. They're a little beat. One or two of them are a little beat up though. I could get all three like in perfect though for 30. I'll have to pick those up. I fucking love Lord of the Rings. It's crazy though, man, because it's like you buy this and you think you should have all that, unless I usually like me and Scarpad say like if we get something on 4K and we notice it doesn't have the special features, we're not going to just get rid of the DVD or whatever. We're going to keep it because we want the special features. But it shouldn't be
Well, it's like
that.
why you kept your Dusk Till Dawn Blu-ray or DVD
Right.
as opposed to Blu-ray, right? Because I remember that
Yeah.
being a point. Like you were talking about how they didn't carry over all those special features, man. It's bullshit.
And because I have the Full-Time Boogie documentary for Dusk Till Dawn with that DVD set. So yeah. But yeah, 'cause Lord of the Rings is one of my favorite fucking things ever, man. And no, just the way you show those, because I know I only had Return of the King because I found that when like Blockbuster was closing, and I bought that really cheap. But those gotta look so good on the shelf, man. They look like just classic novels.
Yeah, they look great.
Yeah, Scarpad. So, what do you think about the movie, bro? I know as Robbie said, what he thought in his first time watching it. You remember the first time you watched this?
No, it's been a long time. Probably
You
back
didn't
in the
catch it at the
2000s
drive-in or
sometime.
nothing?
No. I've always liked it, and but I think now my voice will stay with me.
No, man.
I think if you say that like the Terrifier movies are the pinnacle of like gore now, if you would say as far as state of the art special effects, I would say they're probably up there with the best, some of the best for gore. This movie, just you watch it and it's like this movie was 35 years ago or so, and it's right up there. And in a lot of ways, I think they probably even surpassed what you saw in Terrifier. I mean, some of the stuff they did in this movie is just amazing to watch and amazing to look at. From that head to even that huge prosthetic of his mother going up the stairs when she's bloated and I don't know how they did that. It just looks phenomenal. I mean, it's just, and I think you said the budget was like $2 million, which is a lot of money back then. But still, I mean, it's just astounding. It just, but as for gore movies, I don't think you can do better than this movie. It just, and it once again, it's a fun movie too. I think because it is comedic, you don't get overly carried away by some of the effects. Oop, I got a friend. So yeah, I love the movie. I think it's a great movie. I think it's fun, and it's one of those movies you can watch over and over and over again. You don't get sick of watching it, and it's got a great runtime. It does not. It flies by. It's not overly long, which is great. Something
Oh, yeah.
Damien Leone could learn. But yeah, I love the movie. It's a great movie, and I think it was still one of his best movies.
Yeah,
He's made great movies. I mean, I
I
love
like
Fight
this
News and
better
I love all
than Bad
that, but
Taste.
it's better than Bad Taste. But Bad Taste is all right too.
I love Bad Taste, but I definitely like this better. Bad Taste is really fun and cheesy too, but yeah, this one is a little bit. Brain Dead is a little bit more up my alley. But it looks like you can still get Bad Taste, a region free copy. What the fuck? Said it was like $12. I guess you can get a copy of Bad Taste on Blu-ray region free for 27, which isn't bad since it's like hard as fuck to find. And you can get Brain Dead on Amazon for $30, region free, the same one that Scarphead has.
Oh,
That's not too bad for a movie. Like people are trying to sell the Blu-ray Scarphead has on eBay and Macari for like $120.
yeah, I think it was a Spanish version of it,
Yeah, but it's region free, so you
and
can
it's
play it.
and most of it's in English. Although there's not a lot of features on it, but
Yeah, if any. But I would love to pick up if I didn't know. Like, it's the thing I'm pissed about. It's like I hope they're doing 4Ks for both of those, but if not, it's like I would just pick up those region free copies. But I've been holding out for years, hoping that we're getting those 4Ks because it's been said that he is doing them. It's just I haven't heard anything in a long time. I remember like 3 years ago I heard about it, and I haven't heard nothing since. But yeah, I gotta say, man, we gotta say like, what's the favorite kill? Like, what's your favorite kill or scene in this movie? There's so many good
yeah,
ones.
there's
It's
so
like
many good
honestly
ones. Yeah,
it's almost too hard to pick. Um, it's
That
so
is
tough,
tough, man. That's super
It's
tough.
so tough because there's just so much going on in this movie. I love it, dude.
Well, and also it's tough because not everything is a kill, right? But like I
Yeah.
love when
No, that's why I changed it to favorite scene.
it's just the dinner scene for me when like chick is trying to eat her fucking poisoned eggs, but
She
it's
puts her
coming
in
out of her throat, so he like pours it down her fucking throat, and just her whole head flip flop the Pez dispenser thing, and then the dude that shoves the fucking spoon straight through his fucking, like that shit's great. And then him later on when they're like cutting off all of his limbs, and then he gets cut in half, right? He's the one that gets cut in half, and then his intestines and shit come alive. Like
Yeah,
it's
that's
just
what
so
it was.
wild to
His
me.
intestines were like chasing the Peter for the entire movie.
Yeah,
Isn't that what
pretty
his name
freaking
was?
crazy. So
What was
I
the
like
main
that
guy's
dinner
name?
scene, man.
No, the main guy's name was Lionel, not Peter. What the fuck am I thinking?
I kind of like the mother's funeral there when they're embalming her. Was that what the guy was doing? Was he
That was
embalming with the green
awesome.
stuff?
Yeah,
And she's squirting out
and he's like, and the guy has a sandwich
sandwiches,
on
and
top
he's eating the
of it,
sandwiches off
and
the
it
dead body.
it's
There's
all
like some
green.
Nickelodeon shit. It looks like a Nickelodeon machine on her,
Yeah,
right? Pumping green slime through her and shit.
the fucking sandwich is all green, and you can see they're freaking out, and he's taking a bite out of it, and then they pop her eyes back in her sockets.
That shit's
Yeah, it was a
so
great
fucking
scene.
great,
Yeah.
dude.
And then like when he's fighting with his mom to try to get her back to sleep in the funeral, and they crash through the thing, and he's like he starts hugging her because they're like he always was a mama's boy. Fucking just that. I mean, the movie is just so fucking hilarious. I always thought The only one I really didn't care for in this movie, just because she felt a little left-sided, was the girl. And, like, with her accent, I just felt she was, like, a little bit miscast. I know she's kinda supposed to be like this, like, she's not Australian, she's what,
Spanish
I
or
don't know,
She's
Spanish or
Parisian, I think.
yeah, but, I never was a big fan of her. She's okay in it. She'd be the weakest link in the movie for me.
I like her in the film, but I can get what you're saying because there's a lot of strong performances from the mother, from the
Yeah,
main guy,
the
from the
uncle.
uncle.
The uncle's the
But I think
scumbag.
she's cute,
The
and I think she
uncle's
gets the job
hilarious.
done, and she plays with the camp factor of it. I think.
The
Yeah.
uncle got kicked in the balls about 400
Yeah,
times.
she goes yeah. He starts cutting motherfuckers up, though.
No shit, dude. He's like, "Come on, you
Ginsu.
bastards,
The
you
Ginsu.
buggers, come on!" I
Dude,
fucking
what
love
was
that
that
character,
thing?
by the way. He's a great
Oh my
character.
god.
He's a great
I really
character, but like he's a shitty character, but he's
yeah.
portraying it in a great way. My favorite character and my favorite, we were talking about favorite moments in the movie. I'll tell
Yeah.
you this: when the priest just goes kung fu crazy and he goes,
Yeah.
"I kick ass for the Lord," and like that's like one of the
Right.
best fucking
He's like
moments.
the Australian Chuck Norris, kicking
I
their heads
love it.
off.
It's such
Yeah,
a
that's
that was
scene in
perfect
the
comedic timing too. The way
the
it just
scene in the
like,
cemetery with him.
oh my god, it was so great, dude, so great.
Yeah, the priest was fucking funny. I like the uncle too when he, like, figures like, he doesn't really know what's going on, but he thinks, like, he has dead body the kid has dead bodies, and he's like, "Ah, it really hurts me to do this, Lionel." He's like, "Your mother always did hate a scandal, but I can't put myself in this position." You could just tell dude was a fucking scumbag, man, but I just love the way he is, man. He's so funny, the way he portrays it, and so he's like, "You want the money?" He's like,
Well, and they gave him a good death. You knew they were going to give him a good death because
"Oh, yeah."
you have to.
Especially once, like, without that happening and the uncle, like, him saying he's gonna give him the house or bit of the money, then he brings the whole party in, which brings, like, the 50 people to come in and get murdered
Yeah,
and
it goes into
create all
weird
these
science
zombies.
territory, right?
Yes, man. It's so fucking good, man. Um, so yours was the priest and the karate kung fu scene. That's
I kick
classic.
ass for the Lord. Fucking just shit was so wild, man.
Yeah,
I
out of the
loved it.
blue. You're like, it's just out of the blue.
Yeah. That was
Especially
good.
because he's just like the curmudgeon, like he's pissed off because the son's late to the mother's
Yeah, but then
funeral.
isn't he the guy
Right.
that's fucking at the end and
He's
giving
the
the
one that,
French
yeah,
kiss
he's
and
the
stuff?
father of the baby.
Yeah. The father is the father of the baby. And, yeah, their lips get stuck. I love when, like,
Yeah.
the mom, because the mom seems to have a habit of grabbing people from the back, you know what I mean? But when the first kill, when she snaps the nurse's neck back, and then I love when, he, like, throws that fucking thing and it hits her right in the head, and then her head just snaps back, and then he throws them down the steps, and her head
Yeah.
just snaps back forward. I love that shit, but, that probably wouldn't even be my favorite scene. I'm still thinking,
Then
what
out of
was
the blue,
what's your favorite?
they just have a fucking party, you know.
Yeah.
And
What's
the
your
dudes
favorite?
bring out this big platter of like sausages and stuff.
Right. What's your favorite, scene, Scarfed? Or
I said
favorite kill, any?
probably the morgue scene. I like the morgue scene.
The morgue, yeah, that one is so fucking good.
But there's so many good scenes in this movie. It's hard to pick one.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
truly
the
is.
lawnmower scene, right? Like, I mean,
Mhm.
that shit's amazing,
That's
dude.
the
Super
one
cool.
I feel like if you've never really seen
That's
this
what the
movie,
movie's
you've
known
at
for.
least yeah, that's what the movie's known for sure. Scarfed's like, "Man, I gotta know what company that lawnmower was from, man." He's like, "My
Yeah, every
grass
time I
gets
mow
stuck
thick
in tall
grass, my
grass."
lawnmower stops. This fucker's
Yeah,
chewing through zombies like no problem.
right. That motherfucker don't stop. Oh, I guess if I was to pick a scene, it would probably be like the luncheon and with the fucking goo squirting into the custard and fucking the skin, like right before her skin peels off and he gets out the super glue. Mom, don't move. You don't want it to go on uneven.
And what's
And
crazy about that is that what's even grosser than any of that shit is the way that dude is eating, right? It's
yeah,
just the way he's
and they're
eating the whole
showing
time is like
his
so
nasty
gross.
teeth.
Yeah.
They get like the close up of him just stuffing his face with the custard. Oh man. Yeah, that shit is hilarious. There's just so much good, man. That's when it's like towards the end you get all that craziness, but like in the beginning and you know what I mean, towards the middle is when they do some of that gross shit, like with the fucking oozing blisters and all that, man. And yeah, I love like when she's sleeping and the change is starting and it's just throbbing and then it just squirts into the picture of the father. Um, yeah, man, that I just love it so much, man. So fucking good. Um, I wouldn't say there's not much of a score in this. I would say, I mean, the music I feel like that I pick up out of it can be a little bit more like goofy and cheesy type, like Lifetime type music, like more the when the romantic stuff is happening.
Yeah, well, it's kind of, even though this was made in the 90s, wasn't it set like earlier than that? It seems like
seems
it's
like it.
Set in
seems
like
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 it's set in the
1957 or something like that, I
right.
think.
Oh,
So
maybe.
they still get the
Yeah.
radios, they still listen to music.
The
and
music
stuff
is
like
the
that.
music is Peter Dasent, who is a New Zealand-born composer and songwriter. He's worked in Sydney, Australia since '81. Played keyboard in the band The Crocodiles and the Spats.
Ooh, the
But he did
Crocodiles.
the music in Meet the Feebles, this, and Heavenly Creatures. So I like the music though. It's kind of all over the place because, like you said, it's kind of comical and whimsical in parts, and it's also kind of like just like synthy and synthy and like melancholic in other
I
parts.
think
So
I think it goes good with the movie though.
yeah, it's fine. It's good. I mean, it's not Richard Band on Reanimator, but it's
No, not at all. It's no John Carpenter, but I mean, honestly, we're not here for the music. We're there for the effects, man, and the
but it does have
prosthetics
that
and
like
all that.
cartoon Three
Yeah.
Stooges vibe along with it.
Yes,
right?
it does.
So,
Because even like when I think the baby like gets hit with that like steel bowl or something, and the face like goes in. There's definitely some like cartoony stuff in this
yeah,
too.
and the sound design's really good too. Like the
Mhm.
sound design's actually really good for this is a cat basically homemaking his third movie. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
pretty wild.
what a
In
trilogy,
'92,
man.
when this was not the kind of movie people were making.
No, and it's crazy to think this came out in '92. You would for sure think this was like an '85 type movie. You know what I mean? Like
Oh yeah,
to
100.
think, dude. And you know when when the '90s documentary. Did you pick up the In Search of Darkness '90s?
I haven't got it yet, but it's still up for grabs until
Yeah,
Halloween
I
night.
can't believe,
I get
dude.
paid on Halloween, and I signed up for the influencer
You're gonna,
thing. So I hope I
yeah,
get picked for that. So let's see.
the influencer thing.
Yeah, I think they send you a copy to like review and talk about or promote or something like that.
What? You gotta send that to me. I didn't know they had that.
I'll see if it's still active. But there's a link.
Well,
They
where'd
go
you
check
see it?
on their IG. On their IG.
That sucks.
You gotta
I
like
wish I
submit
knew.
you gotta
Yeah.
submit an application. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I submitted, but you'll still get your name in the credits apparently if you are there by like midnight on Halloween. So midnight Halloween is payday
That's
for
the
me. So we'll
second.
see.
That's the second time they've done it, which is kind of fucked up a little bit because it's like they're still giving that same exact
They did this
thing.
last time though, man. They did this for part
But
3.
no, they didn't do it like that. They just did the disc. They didn't do like the poster and everything. You could only buy the disc, and that was like it was In
I thought
Search of
that's how I got
Tomorrow.
3 and 2 though.
Did you
Was
get the
that
poster for 3? No, I remember.
I got the posters for 2 and 3 and the pins and everything,
Yeah.
and my name's in the credit.
Right. I remember. I don't remember that. Maybe though. I know they didn't do that for 2. Maybe they did it for 3, but I swear this is the first time they've done it 2 Halloweens back to back. But because I remember they did In Search of Tomorrow, and then you could buy In Search of Darkness 3, just the disc with that. But maybe they did do it like that for 3. I know they didn't do it, but I always buy it the first. Like I bought In Search of Darkness the '90s last year, so it's kind of like to me. I'm like they should be giving me a little bit extra.
See, I
since
know
I
that they
bought
do
that
this
shit.
though. That's why I just wait.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't have taken the chance because I don't remember them ever doing that. Like, I like to get their posters and all that.
I
So,
got
like,
you. The only posters
it,
and stuff, like the only posters and all that stuff I've gotten is for 2 and 3. So
yeah,
maybe I won't get
yeah.
posters and shit for this one.
It does.
I mean,
It does. Yeah. Well, no, you will, because Scarp had ordered it and he sent me. But I saw it. You can get you'll get the posters for it.
So it's
But
always
I
the
still,
initial funding, and then they do another round of funding pretty much right before they're ready to release. So
yeah,
it's like you first people are like the ones who help get it produced,
mhm.
and then us second wave people are those who help get
I
it
think,
actually physically
yeah,
made.
I think they're doing it like that now just to get more because before they didn't have like the money to, they needed that money real bad to make it. Now they're doing a lot better. So they're like, might as well to try to make extra money. Instead, they're like, well, why would we just put a round out for and just sell the disc for 30? Let's offer them the whole bundle again and we can get 100 out of them. You know what I mean? Because it don't cost them nothing to put those posters out. That's all they're doing. They probably had it's like just print 100 more thousand posters. They're probably paying a couple bucks for the posters, and they're getting $60 more because of it. You know what I mean? It's $100 bundle, and a lot of times you can get the blue. Like, say a year from now, the next documentary, they'll say you could buy like In Search of Darkness 1, 2, 3 for like $20 a piece. You know what I mean? When it's like, damn, I spent $100 on that shit. But I like to support it. I want them to keep making documentaries, and I can't wait for this new one to come out. I've been waiting a whole year, man. I put up my $100 a year ago. So, did you get that new Spawn figure Todd's doing?
Me, no, I did not.
Yeah, I missed that one too.
The medieval Spawn.
Yeah, that one looks
Yeah,
sick.
for In Search of Darkness 90s, you still got 7 days, 5 hours, 8 minutes, and 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Estimated delivery, though, was November. Shipping, or that's digital, and the shipping in December. Estimated. So I remember them saying that before, and it wound up like January, February. But
But you will get the digital around. So I can watch it. I should be able to watch it because they'll send you a digital copy around November,
I remember
December.
that, dude. I was so
But
pumped to get the 80s, and
yeah,
I was so ready.
as long as that makes me more happy because at least I can watch it because I can at least watch it and I'll be like, okay, but it does suck because I like to watch. I'd rather watch the physical, but it's like as long as I get to watch it, man. So yeah, so I can't wait because I'm like we could be getting it in a couple weeks. You know what I mean? Because we're already almost in November, and I remember last time we got it like the week of Thanksgiving. So
Yeah,
yeah,
you're right though. They're still saying like for the basic Blu-ray package, you still get the posters and the patch and your name and the credits and all that kind of
Yep.
shit. So
yep, yeah, because I remember they didn't do that last time. It was just like you could get the movie, but you couldn't get like the whole bundle. I think this
the
is the
main
first
guy
time
from
they've
Dead
done that.
Alive is in this documentary, so that's super cool.
I had a feeling. You can't do 90s without talking about this. That's why I brought it up.
Yeah, I'm just looking at everybody that they're interviewing. You know, a lot of the same people. Michael Baldwin though, that's cool because I just
They're
met
gonna
him.
talk.
And
They're gonna
Mike
talk
Flanagan's
about
on it, and Doug Bradley, of
Doug
course,
Bradley.
Don Mancini.
You know, Kane Hodder,
A
probably.
lot of the same people, right? Screaming Mad
Robert
George,
Englund.
they got this time though. They didn't have him before, did
Yeah,
they?
I saw that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you bought In Search of Darkness 3 though, like the first run. I think you bought
I might
it
have
like
gotten 3
on
the first
Halloween.
run.
I think
Second
you did.
might be the second one might have been the one I got later on. I don't know. I'm getting 90s though, and I signed up for the influencer thing, so hopefully I can. And that just may be a digital copy they send you to talk about it. You know, they send you a free digital
That's
copy.
probably what it is.
But I want
They
it
probably
physically, so I'm going to get it no matter what.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to even find that. Yeah, because I think the artwork they always do, like this is one of those posters. I mean, they nail it with those posters, and I just love like those smash posters with.
I do too. I got
all the
one of
artwork.
them hung up in my hallway, dude. I think it's part 3, maybe it's 2. Whichever one is like the video store. It's like you just see the video store with all the videos up
and you
and shit.
get 3 awesome posters. I only have 1 poster for the first one because I didn't I don't know what happened, but I have the sideways poster for the first one. It's really cool, but I'm waiting to get them framed. I forget, I have it somewhere in my notes too, what size frame it is. I think it's like A2 or something. It's a weird size, but I want to get those framed because they look so fucking sweet, like the video store one, like you mentioned. And I just love the collage. Yeah, 90s one will be good though. Looks like Alex Winter's coming back too.
Yeah.
I can't wait for them to do part 2 already. That's what I thought they would have been like. That's why I think they're doing another run, because they're getting ready for part 2. So because they probably already filmed a lot of stuff for part 2, and they're just, you know what I mean. They're probably so.
Oh yeah.
Well,
And
I
there's still
think when-
pulling footage from. But
I
stuff
think when
they've
they do
already-
these things, they film a ton of stuff and they split it up.
Yeah.
They do
They-
because if
It
you
actually
see,
says now you have till November 3rd midnight to
really,
get the. Yeah, that's cool.
yeah.
I was about to be like, because
yeah.
it said 7 days, and I was like, 7 Halloween's in like 3
Right.
days or 4
Right.
days or something, right? So
I want that Aliens expanded one, and I want the Thing one.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wait until they drop in price a little bit. They're
That's
kind of
why I
expensive.
couldn't. Yeah, and I didn't really like the posters for like the Thing one. Plus, those are like just one movie. The Thing one was the one I was most tempted for, but when they're $100, it's like I'm going for the bigger ones, you know. So I'm hoping.
Yeah.
like
Plus,
when-
I don't really have
part-
any interest in just getting the digital on those. I want to own them on physical media.
No, for sure.
You know.
Whenever they do part 2, the Thing and the Aliens both should be out. So I'm gonna just try to buy like a single Blu-ray for.
There'll
like
be a
20
bundle.
Yeah,
That's how it got
that's all.
inserted
That's all I
tomorrow.
want is just a Blu-ray.
That's
of those.
yeah, because that's how you got In Search of Tomorrow for
Yeah.
super cheap. So I'm hoping when that comes, I'll be able to just pick up 2 of those and just add on like $40. Because I definitely want them. I just don't want to pay $100 for them.
Did you guys buy the box when it came out for the 3 of them?
Yeah.
I
Oh
did.
yeah. You didn't, Robbie?
No, I did not.
Oh,
They don't really fit all that well in the box. I wasn't too happy with it. It's okay.
I got mine to fit with the slips. They're
Yeah,
tight.
And
it's
I don't have
tight.
I don't have the first one with the slip. That
It's
kind of
tight.
I
bothers
have
me a
it.
little bit.
It's
but-
really. I
Yeah,
actually
it's
have to
really
keep.
tight.
I keep one of the discs out a smidge because I'm scared that they'll be stuck.
Oh, that's
But
I
yeah.
remember now. I got the first one when I signed up for the second one because I got the second one with the slip, but the first one without. And then I got the third
Yeah.
one at release, but that's why I got In Search of Tomorrow.
The first one didn't come with a slip at all.
Okay. Did they do it? They should do a slip.
Yeah, I thought that they were gonna offer to sell a slip for the first one, but they never did. Like, especially when they like did the box set, because it's kind of a bummer that like technically these are like you mostly want to put these in without the slip, but it's like I'm not gonna just throw the slip to the side. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
pointless.
that's the thing that bummed me out is they made it to be, to not use the slip.
they
and I
sh-
wish
they-
they made it a little
all
bit
they
bigger.
needed to do, they needed to just make it like a smidge bigger, a smidge. That's what kind of pissed me off about it, but it's a gorgeous box set. I mean, look at this fucking thing, man. Where's the one? Look at the back of that. I don't. There was another one that makes it. It's usually me and Scarpad. So, but I love it. It's got so much on the back, and really that's it. But
It's
I'm
pretty
so
dope.
proud to have it too, man.
You should be, man.
Yeah. I feel
Yeah,
like
let's-
you're not like. I feel like you're not a true horror fan unless you have these movies on physical. You know what I mean?
All right, so we rating this bitch.
No, man, we got like 30 more minutes.
Yeah, we're about
We
to
got a
really
lot.
unpack Dead Alive now.
We're about to really get into it.
I got some shit to show off too. Let's go, motherfucker.
I know. All right, well, let's rate it, man. It's a 5 all day for me. It's a 5 all motherfucking day. What about
I was
you,
gonna give it a
Justin?
4.75, but I'm gonna give it a 5 because I think it is the gore trendsetter. So a 5 for me as well.
Hell yeah! And anybody in the chat, if you were able to watch Dead Alive, let me know what your rating is.
I'll give it a 5 as well. It does exactly what it sets out to do. Be gross, disgusting, funny, hilarious, and gnarly. This movie rocks. 5 you digs.
Fuck yeah.
5 slips.
And 2 and 3 actually. Well, I think all 3 of them actually have reversible artwork too.
They do, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. That's how you end Horror Fest DHS style. All 5s, baby. All 5s.
Gotta go out with a banger.
Oh, and a little note
With a
card they gave
banger.
to try to get you to buy In Search of Tomorrow when 2 was coming out.
A banger.
That's a banger, all right.
A banger.
So yeah. Next week though, there will be no DHS. We might end up we're definitely taking a week off. I'm debating if we're gonna take 2 off because I want to give Scarpat a little bit of a rest because he's got his throat's been really killing him, and I don't want to put no pressure on him to do a show. So we're definitely taking a week off, possibly 2, but we'll be back in November to do at least 1 or like 2 shows. And I already got December planned out, which I'll have to. We doing anything for like holiday or like anything holiday or just regular shows?
Oh, no, it's up to you to do what you want to do. This year for December, we're doing Van Damme December. Van December is what we're doing.
Gotcha.
PCP. So we're giving a tribute to
Well-
Van Damme, who is responsible for the most viewed PCP video of all time, which is his Cyborg movie. Over 600,000 views on that video. So
Oh, yeah.
we're giving him some mad respect. We always got to put a shine on Van Damme, man.
Oh yeah.
Van Damme, man.
Looks like
But Horror
Evan
Fest
gave it a
continues
5.
on all week long, man. All week
Oh
long.
yeah. It looks like Evan gave it a 5. Jag gave it a 5. Two Gun gave it a 5. Chill gave it a 5. So yeah, 5s across the board. So you
There are
just did
very
the
few
Mummy.
movies that have gotten 5s during all of Horror
Yeah.
Fest. This is the only one on DHS, probably, right?
Yeah.
Right. So Dead Alive, the
Mm.
only one that got it on PCP.
No, Nightmare on Elm Street would have got a 5.
Oh, Nightmare on Elm Street. That makes sense too. The only one that got perfect scores across the board on PCP was Hellraiser, and I think on Blood Splatter Chatter, perfect scores across the board for Scream. So that makes sense,
That
right?
makes sense. Yeah. So you just did the Mummy, and what do you got coming tomorrow?
Tomorrow is the Exorcist franchise, my man. The Exorcist franchise tomorrow night, all 6 films, 8 p.m. Central Time. Going to be a great time. Then you can catch me Wednesday over at Blood Splatter Chatter. We're doing the X trilogy, X Pearl and Maxine. And then we're wrapping it all up over at PCP Movie Night on Halloween night with Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers.
Your personal favorite?
No, my personal favorite is 1.
Yeah, but that's
My
your
personal
childhood
favorite is 1.
That's your favorite sequel.
No, H2O is my favorite sequel.
What?
Yeah,
I thought you
Halloween
always
4 is
say
number
4
3
is.
though on my list. Though I love Halloween 4.
What? Yeah, H2O is my favorite sequel, but I swear you used to always say 4. That's the one you watched the most as a kid.
That is the one I watched the most as a kid. Though was 4.
The first movie.
But H2O is the first one I watched in the theater.
Same here. But guess what? I skipped preschool to go see it.
I was in high school.
I was gonna say, I was like, you might not want to tell me what grade of school you were in.
I was a I think I was a senior in high school.
No.
Because it was like August
not.
'98 or
You're
something.
not that. I'm 30. You're
I'm
you just
43,
turned
brother.
40. I thought you just turned 40.
I'm 43, man.
Shit. Well, you don't look it.
I know. Thank you. That's what my girlfriends tell me.
Well, I don't look 30 either. But yeah, so good way to wrap up Horror Fest, man, that's for sure. I'll have to let you know. I don't know if Mike's gonna be busy, if he's gonna even be able to
He's
make
always willing to do your
thumbnails.
thumbnails, man. Just send us the list.
All right. Well, I already got December planned out. December is gonna be easy. And I already know one show for November, so I think Scarphead, you said you had something you wanted to do in November, but you never told me what it was. You're muted.
No, I think December, not November. Well, maybe November. I don't know, whatever.
No, you said November because I've been saying December. I had one. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'll have
We-
something. Yeah, I'll have something for November.
You'll
Sure.
you'll have to tell me so I can send it over to Robbie or Mike.
Yeah, then Mike can work on the thumbnails, and I can figure out what shows what I can be on.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Well, that's another reason I want to take since I haven't told you, I figured 1 or 2 weeks off. That gives Mike like a week or two to get some thumbnails together
Yeah.
for when we come back.
Absolutely. Don't worry. We're taking next week off for sure. I'm fucking loaded
Oh
up
my
this
God.
week. Jesus
I
Christ.
can't
I got to
believe
talk
you're
about
doing
12 movies this week for Horror Fest. What the hell's wrong with me? Why am I doing this to myself, man?
That's why I do. That's why I like to do one, because I like to enjoy the movies where you gotta like push through these fuckers, man.
Sometimes, you know.
Yeah. Well, you get a head start on them too.
I get a head start, then shit like Scarefest happens and Memphis Comic Expo, and then all of a sudden I realize, oh, I'm behind.
I do still get carded for PG-13 movies. Fucking A. So Scarphead said he's got some shit for show and tell. You got anything, Robbie?
Oh yeah, I can grab some stuff.
I was gonna say, I know you gotta have some stuff.
I just got back from Scarefest. I got some stuff.
Right.
Let Scarpad go first though, because I got to go grab it.
You ready, Scarphead?
Yeah, I got my stuff. Yeah, I can go. All right.
I don't know why you're a little blurry.
Bobby Guy was moving.
You see.
So of course,
really
this one, the Deadpool Wolverine came in Steelbook, waiting. It's connecting cover. I'm waiting to get the second one. And these really, I guess they were in short supply. So some people are trying to sell these for $130. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they're completely.
Yeah, the other half of this is the Wolverine half of this, and that should be coming this week sometime. But it's a nice Steelbook.
Oh, they're gonna go together?
Yeah, it's a connecting Steelbook cover.
Damn, I should have fucking ordered 2 of each so I could have sold 2. I could have sold like.
I got the Hobbit trilogy.
Speaking of me just showing my Lord of the Rings set.
Yeah, basically it's the same thing. This doesn't have. I don't think it has too much features on it too, but it does have the theatricals. The theatricals and the extendeds on here, and it's
I
a
was
nice set.
literally just looking at that set to see how much it was because I need that set.
Of course, as soon as I bought this, it gets announced with a 4K. This is the Inviolate Nature set, but this is a nice set. This has it's a two disc set with 3 hours of bonus features, galleries. It's got the commentaries on it. It's got behind the scenes productions, technical commentary. It's a nice set. It came with a poster too, so real nice set.
Yeah, and that never happens with those RLJE releases.
Oddity came out this week, which I love. This is it's on Shudder, but it's a great flick. I like it. That came out real.
Yeah, I thought that was really good.
This is one of these Kinos. I never saw this movie, but I'm buying these Kino cult movies. Hussy with Helen Mirren. This is Helen Mirren. Look how hot she was back then in the day. Whew.
Man, I could see.
Not that she's not hot now.
What's going on with your camera, dude?
I'm moving. I picked up this, The Doomed, the Roger Corman documentary about the Fantastic Four movie he did. So pick that up.
Your camera shouldn't do that because you're
really
moving.
Picked up Anything for Jackson, which we watched and reviewed last week.
And that was a good one.
Good flick. Got some classic westerns, John Wayne, of course, The Searchers, The Wild Bunch, and How the West Was Won. Wild Bunch was great. So was The
John
Searchers.
Wayne, baby.
There's another Kino that came out this week. It's an English flick, but it's a good one. Janet Blair, Burn, Witch Burn. I love the covers on these Kinos.
That's really cool cover.
Kino also put out this. I kind of like this movie. You like it, I think, better than I did, but I picked it up because it was cheap. Cowboys and Aliens.
I love that movie. Love that. I want to pick that up.
And I finally got in both my DVDs. These are hard to get on Blu-ray now, and I want them on 4K, but of course, not on 4K. Hills Have Eyes 1 unrated. I picked up the DVD and number 2.
Oh wow, that's only $20. That Cowboys and Aliens.
Finally, this is my pick for disc of the week. For me, at least, came out a couple months ago, but this is the Kino Lorber 4K version of Invasion of the Body Snatchers, and this is both the 4K and the Blu-ray. And it has audio commentaries on it with the original stars, Kevin McCarthy, Dinah Winter, and it's moderated by Joe Dante. Few like 4 different commentaries. It's got a featurette, a couple of featurette. It's got 2 or 3 featurettes, a trailer, brand new 4K HDR Dolby Vision Masters from the 4K scans of the best 35 millimeter print available on both the Blu-ray and the 4K. So this is the best version that's out there. So this is from
Dude,
Kino. It's
Kino.
a great disc.
Kino gets slept on, but they do some great.
Well, I was organizing my collection. That's all I got. I got more Kino movies, I think, now than the Kino really has jumped up there. And Kino now
Dude,
is getting a lot of the movies that were on Shouts, but they're putting out with more features, 4K prints and all that. So
yeah,
it's good stuff.
yeah. They had put out Scream Factory Lost Misery. They put that out in 4K.
Needful
Almost
Things.
Anything that Shout loses, Kino picks up and does it better. Like Kino is incredible, and they're pretty affordable. They're usually between like 20. They always go on sale a lot of times.
Yeah, you can get them for like,
Like
15 to $20 even for the 4Ks.
Yeah. I'd say they go from 15 to like $30. I mean, I've even gotten some for like 10. So,
Yeah, I'm pretty happy
and
with
they
them.
do. Yeah, I love Kino. Kino always knocks it out. There's not a Kino disc I would say they ever did bad on, or like with Shout where I'd be like, man, they didn't do this. They should have done that. I could never say it. Kino knocks it out the park. I love Kino. So, yeah, Two Gun says you got to do some of those Kino movies on Discord. You know, Two Gun knows what he's talking about. All right, Robbie. You ready, brother?
Yeah, man. I'm just going to show you the stuff I got at Scarefest. But before that, the coolest thing about seeing Venom 3 was they gave me this little Venom cord organizer, which I think is super cool. Like, that's cute, right?
Oh,
But at Scarefest, I picked this up from a vendor. I got The Mummy on VHS.
I got that one. I got
Yeah.
that.
yeah, I got that one too. Yeah.
We just covered this on
Did you watch it?
PCP movie. No, not on VHS, not yet. So when I was at Scarefest, I met the team behind Dark Sky. They've been doing some cool Blu-ray releases and stuff like that, right? They just did that recent Texas Chainsaw Massacre 50th anniversary.
Biggest
Chainsaw,
waste of
right?
money. Biggest piece of shit waste of money.
They're cool. They got my card. They want to work with us, and they hooked me up with some really, really cheap Blu-rays. So I went ahead and took the opportunity to get Dario Argento's Dracula in 3D from them.
They should have given you a Hatchet.
And I got an Henry. Oh, they had the Hatchet. They had the Steelbook collection.
Steelbook,
Yeah,
right?
They
Yeah.
wanted
Yeah,
it.
but-
They wanted like
$70 for
$80
that.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, they would. Oh,
Okay.
it was super cheap there. It was like they told me I could have gotten it for 15, but like,
And you didn't get it?
no, I didn't get it. I already have those
You
movies
should've
signed by
told-
Adam Green. But I
You
got
should've
Henry.
told me.
So that's
I'd
cool.
have given you the 15 for it. I want that
fuck,
shit.
dude. I'm sorry. Then I got House of the Devil from them, the Ty West
Those
film,
little fuckers. I'll
which
give
I
it to you
like,
for 15,
and
Robbie.
a movie I
Everybody
haven't
gets
seen
50.
by Ty West, The Innkeepers. So now I have The Innkeepers.
How,
so I can,
how was House of the Devil?
House? I like
That's
House.
a good
of the
one.
Devil.
I gotta
like
watch
That's a
that.
good one.
So here's the stuff I got signed I got another signature from Felissa Rose
Nice.
right there.
By the way, they're putting
Robbie,
the
you are
sequel.
best.
They're putting the sequels out for that.
I know,
Blu-ray.
super pumped for that. I met David Naughton from
Yeah, I pre-ordered the sequels.
American Werewolf in London.
That's a great picture.
Yep, Robbie, Beware the Moon. This is what I got signed from Adam Green. So that's
Nice.
cool. Here's what I got signed from Nick Castle, which I love that. That's a cool fucking image, right? Then this is what I got signed from William Ragsdale, star of Fright Night and Herman's Head. And then here's what I got signed from A. Michael Baldwin, star of Phantasm. And here's what I got signed from Tom Holland. And he told me the whole story behind the photo. And then I met Reggie Bannister and got him to sign that for me. And my number one key for the week was to meet Don Coscarelli, and I had the best interactions out of everybody with Don Coscarelli, multiple interactions. And that's what I got signed from him. And it says, to Robbie, keep your balls in the air. So there you go. That's what I got. Picked it up from Scarefest this week.
Sick, dude.
Some cool
Nice
movies
pickup.
too. So really excited. Really
Yeah, I
excited
got
to
that
watch
Dra-
the
I
Innkeeper.
got that Dracula on DVD.
Yeah, nice. I've seen the movie. It's just I'm so close to
okay.
having every Argento film now. I'm so close. I'm like 3 away, I think. So
It's okay.
yeah, it's got a lot of tits in it though.
hmm
It's
That's
like
the
his
best part.
it's like his Phantom of the Opera. It's really just softcore.
Right.
But that's kind of cute, right? The little Venom.
Yeah.
That's kind of cute.
What is it for? What's it supposed
It's
to
a
do?
chord organizer, so you can wrap it around your chords to keep them
That's
together. Like,
interesting.
yeah, whatever.
Hmm.
It was a freebie.
Hey, I could use a chord organizer, honestly, so I would have taken it. Yeah, so I got a couple. I only really have I think 2 things because my Trick or Treat Arrow 4K set doesn't come until Tuesday, but I had also gotten that Deadpool Wolverine one. I'm waiting on my Wolverine cover to come. But if I knew they were I didn't know they were connecting covers, man. I would have fucking ordered 2 of each with how crazy these motherfuckers are wanting these.
It's cool.
But yeah, cool cover. And I really loved the movie, so. But yeah, I only ordered both because I wanted to see which one I would like better. And I got Scream Factory's Wolfman remake because I love this movie and I popped in the 4K. No reversible artwork as always, but you get the director's cut and the theatrical both on a 4K disc. So that's nice. And it does have some new features. It has a new audio commentary. It has a new folklore interview, or interview with some folklore author, and a new interview with the makeup effects artist David Elsey, which I'm guessing is one of the guys that worked with Rick Baker, because Rick Baker was very happy to be working on this, but I think he wasn't very happy with the way it turned out because they cut a lot of his effects and they kind of Universal made it very miserable for him. So it's kind of bummer you couldn't get a new interview with him on this, but I think he's still kind of pissed about some of the things that happened on set. So, and I have my Silver Bullet to go with it because I did get this also a couple weeks. And I was just saying, I was like, it's funny. You put out these 2 werewolf movies and they're both very dark covers.
Yeah.
This must have been like the original teaser poster or something for it.
Yeah, I remember that poster. Yeah.
I was gonna say, I think
I hate that they
that's
don't do reversibles on their 4Ks though. That's bullshit, dude.
Because you know what? They just put this out, The Island of Dr. Moreau, and this is a Blu-ray. But guess what? It has reversible art.
Dude, it's like, why do they put that into the Blu-rays but not the 4Ks? That's so ridiculous.
This is like old school Scream Factory. awesome ass artwork for the slip, and you can reverse it to the classic. Why aren't they doing that?
I
Why
didn't
can
even
they?
know they did that, man.
This is a brand new release too,
It's
so
not a great
still,
movie, but I love that version of the Island of
yeah.
Dr. Moreau. I
Well,
do.
it needed an upgrade really bad, and this has a really nice 2K scan. But it's like they still have it in them to do an awesome release like this, but they won't do it on the 4Ks. It it baffles me.
It
It just
baffles me
baffles
too,
me.
man. That's silly.
I think I showed this last week, but Scarpad had sent me this 8 film
Yeah.
collection. I think he sent one the 2 gun as well. And I only had one of these. Uh, I had Curse of the Werewolf, but it came with Brides of
Is
Dracula.
Revenge of Frankenstein on that?
It has the evil of Frankenstein.
Okay. Revenge of
Yeah.
Frankenstein is the one that keeps eluding me, man.
Really? Yeah, I need to get that one. There's a lot of Hammer I need to pick up, but a lot of them are Shout. And
Yeah.
I
I only have
this
like
was
2
one-
more Hammer Frankenstein films to get, and I know that I think
Really?
it's Revenge and something else, but Revenge is the one that's been a bitch to get.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a few that are tough to get, but I forget there was a company that just picked up Hammer stuff, so hopefully they start putting a lot more out. But yeah, it has Brides of Dracula, Curse of Werewolf, Night Creatures, Phantom of the Opera, Paranoiac, The Kiss of the Vampire, Nightmare, and The Evil of Frankenstein. That's a really gorgeous set, man. I love it.
Oh, that's nice. There's only 3 of those I don't have, so I don't need that set, unfortunately. But
Yeah,
because they did do a single release of Paranoiac, I know. I don't know about Nightmare.
yeah. But I think you can get this for like 12. So to get those 3 movies for
Oh, that's
12
pretty dope.
bucks is honest. That's
And
probably a better
if you
deal.
don't know a lot about Hammer, that's a great set to get because Curse of the
Yeah.
Werewolf, we covered that towards the beginning of
So
Horror
good.
Fest. That's a great movie, man.
Scream Factory did such a beautiful Blu-ray for that. But yeah, honestly, you could probably get those 3 movies cheaper in this set than buying them separate. So it still might be something you might want to get while it's on sale.
That's true. And
And
if nobody's ever seen Brides of Dracula or Kiss of the Vampire, they're worth it for sure.
yeah,
Well, they are. That's
And,
why I bought. That's why I bought them because I needed 3 of them, and it was cheaper than buying them separately.
I had to get this because I
Bro, you
fucking
got
love.
Steelbook.
I had to, man. Had to.
I still don't own it. I
know.
thought about getting that one, man.
What?
How much you pay for
Yeah,
it?
it's 30.
Hmm.
Yeah, that one's got the most
gorgeous
features.
steelbook.
That has more features than the Blu-ray.
And it's got like a really nice matte. And I love it because this is the original like Thanksgiving logo from the Grindhouse movie. Like if you look at the Blu-ray, it's like a new logo, but if you go back and watch Grindhouse, the trailer, it's got this like it's got like the drippings. So I love that they actually put like the original artwork.
Yeah, that's the one I want then, man. I got to get a hold of
Yeah, it's got like a really nice matte finish too. Definitely worth it. And Scarfhead's sent because I think he had 2 copies, so he sent me Dr. Jekyll and the Werewolf, and I can't wait to watch this Island of Terror. This looks so good.
Yeah, I
I
watched
believe
that today. I love that movie.
Yeah, I'll make sure you just watch that. It looks so good. Yeah, that's what I got. What I did behind me, you can't really see, but since I got like I got a whole stack of I got all my VHSs out. I'm trying to get my VHSs going, man. It's hard to find good ones though, because I'm really only into like the horror ones. But I want to start trying to get more horror ones, because the most of the ones that I have are like the Universal Monster ones, and 2 Gun sent me a couple. 2 Gun sent me a couple. That Stephen King one he sent me, I fucking love so much. But yeah, that's what I got. And great way, man, to end off Horror Fest, man. And we'll be back in a week or 2, so be on the lookout. And maybe me and Scarpad will do like a little Terrifier 3 review, because me and him, we've done 1 and 2. So me and Scarpad will have to do a little talk about Terrifier 3, since we haven't done it yet. And maybe then we can, whenever we do that, we can announce whatever the next DHS show will be. So, yeah, anything else you got going on, Robbie, you want to throw out there before we get out of here, bro?
Just everybody go pay attention to the CBC Awards this upcoming Saturday. Hopefully we take some home. So hope to see you.
Good luck.
Scarf. Yeah, good luck as always, brother. And be on the lookout for what Robbie's got coming this week on the show to finish off Horror Fest 2024. And Scarphead, you got anything going on Discord or anything you want to throw out there?
Always doing movies on Discord, but no, nothing at the moment. Just kind of laying low
Yeah,
and
man.
finishing up things, and hopefully last
guys.
week of getting Godzilla treatments, and after that we'll
Yeah.
see what happens.
Yeah, man. It's always, man, like Scarpet and I are always doing movies on Discord. So if you want to come hang out with us and watch a movie, join Scarpet's Discord and check out my Discord. Scarpet's usually the one doing them, but I'll do one once in a while. But definitely, if you ever want to come watch a movie with us and just bullshit, it's always a fun time. It's usually always me and Scarpet and Two Guns. So sometimes my little bro will jump in there. So always fun. And Jigs is always doing movies on his channel. So it's always fun. I'm telling you, man, if he don't win Best Supporter, that those votes are rigged. If he don't win Best Supporter,
And if he
That's
does
for
win, the
damn
votes are
sure.
rigged too, is what they'll say. So like, don't worry about it. Two Gun, I hope we did it for him this year. I really do.
yeah, I'll have to see. I know I voted once, but I have to find the link again to vote again. Can you still vote?
No, the voting's over, but I appreciate the effort.
Well, I think I did vote a couple times, but I don't
voting's
remember.
over. Don't say that.
Voting was a
publicly.
while ago.
Yeah, voting ended a couple weeks
Well, no,
ago. I
like
think,
not
but
me a couple times, but then like
Yeah.
I did it, and then I had my girl do it, and then I had to have it.
Gotcha.
and my other
Yeah, the
brother
award
do it.
ceremony,
Not
that
like
was
me, 'cause
Saturday,
You have to put
so-
your email in.
Yeah, the award ceremony is Saturday, so very excited. We'll see what
Nice.
happens.
Hell yeah. Well, as always, guys, thanks for hanging out with us. Appreciate it as always. I hope you guys have a great week. And
Happy
we will
Halloween,
see you
y'all.
guys. Happy Halloween, man. I hope you guys have a great one, man. And we will see you guys later. Peace out, y'all.
Later, everybody.
Thank you.